Hi, this is Ilma Art Studios photograph for today. I'm happy to announce to you that spring has been here in Ontario for the last 3-4 days. It's probably 1 week ahead of the regular spring, the start of spring. Sorry. Hi, how are you today? Check my website at ilmaarts.com for more artworks and photographs. I'd like to share with you today Joshua 1 verse 8. It says, "Study this book of instruction continually. Meditate on it day and night, so you will be sure to obey everything written in it. Only then will you prosper and succeed in all you do." Here's my poem. Key to prosperity and success. Do you find it difficult to navigate through life? Would you want to bring out darkness and come into the light? There is a book of instruction that brings prosperity. If you meditate on it day and night, you'll have victory. Be sure you don't just read but obey and do what it says. Only then will you prosper and be blessed. This holy book of God gave us a key to His kingdom. It is also the key to peace, joy, and freedom and wisdom. Here's my essay. I usually don't read manuals. I'd rather look at a quick photo instruction or figure it out myself method of using a product. Without reading the guide, we can get in trouble with damaging the product or not maximizing its use. I have had a camcorder for 3 years before I actually discovered things I never knew it could do. Thus, I missed utilizing it to its full capacity during those years. Isn't our life like these products we buy? Our manual for life is written in the Bible. If we don't read it, we are not maximizing the full potential of what God has in store for us. Prayer. Lord, allow me to have more time to read and study your word. Reflection. Why won't people read what is good for them? That's a good question, because I think a lot of times people don't know what's good for them. And I didn't for so many years. I'm already going to be 57 this year, and yet I'm still figuring out what I want to do in my life. And yet, if I had just read the Bible since I was young, I would probably know exactly where to go and what to do with my life. Part of another reason why people don't read what is good for them is because our world has corrupted our mind, our thinking, corrupted us with the standards that it wants for people. The standard of everything convenient, everything comfortable. And we think that everything that is good for us is comfortable for us. If you're a parent, you would actually understand what I'm going to say, because I know we parents want to provide everything for our children. But if we do not train or discipline our children to be able to survive or to manage things that they can do without, then you're actually not helping them. When they grow up, they will just be people who are dependent on you, codependent, entitled, and you probably ruin your child's life. Now, when we give them rules to follow, because it's to protect them from danger, protect them from being harmed by something or by anyone. So when we ask them, don't go there, we know that that's good for them. And yet, children just do, out of impulse, or sometimes they just want to explore and try it out. So I think that is why we people have that tendency also not to follow God, because of our sin nature, which is from the original sin of Adam and Eve. We would like to explore things on our own. We'd like to test the waters, find out what it is that we can gain from that. But sometimes we don't see the bigger picture because we're actually in the situation. Unlike God is actually looking over us and seeing it on a higher perspective, and He knows exactly what's going to happen if we do that. Just like our children are little, and we know exactly when they touch a hot object that they will be burned. So we're watching them and cautioning them, and that's exactly what God is telling in our life. And we may not literally hear what God is saying, but if we read the Bible, we will literally hear what He says. But sometimes people call it the conscience, or actually sometimes the Holy Spirit telling us what to do and refraining us from doing something that will be bad for us. So I invite you to study the book of instruction, because I did study it in the last 4 years, and it has totally transformed my life upside down. There's so many things that I didn't know that were lies, and I lived in so many lies in my life, and I lived in pain, I live in anger, I live in bitterness. And only when I read the book of instruction, the Bible, did I realize that God has a purpose why He allowed me to go through all this, which now you're recipient of the blessing that God has given me to share to the whole world how He has changed me, and how He has His powerful love for me has changed me and brought me to where I am right now, sharing my testimony to you and telling you how much God loves you. So I invite you, read the book of instruction, the Bible. Have a blessed day.